Everglades National Park is the second busiest park in the United States, next to the Great Smoky Mountains, and it's huge. It's made up of over 1.5 million acres, and it has 3 different entrances spread out over the southern tip of Florida. Because of its unique biodiversity, the Everglades are both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an International Biosphere Reserve. The Everglades have been on my bucket list for years, and I was so excited to be able to have the opportunity to explore the park during our recent Florida road trip. I divided my exploration into 2 parts, with a somewhat quick stop to the Shark Valley Visitor Center on our way from Marco Island to Marathon, and then a full day of exploring the southern part of the park just past Homestead on my own. Hey y'all, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Christy the GenX Gypsy, helping you to travel better so you can focus on creating unforgettable memories. Today we're exploring the Everglades National Park, and I'm out here discovering everything you need to know before you go. We're about to head into the Everglades National Park. We're up in the north part of the park at the Shark Valley Visitor Center. Just so you know, the high time for coming to the Everglades is April to October, and it is definitely a long wait to get in. You have to wait for one car to leave before you are allowed in. So we've been waiting in line now, what, about 10 minutes or so? 15 minutes? We've been waiting for 15 minutes. We still have 3 cars in front of us, so hopefully we will be getting in soon. Be careful, all those birds out there, they'd eat you up. Yeah, I know. Oh, what are you showing me? You getting a little aggressive? Yeah.
He's a feisty.
He's feisty.
He's ready to protect his home.
Yeah. When you come to the Shark Valley Visitor Center on the northern side of the Everglades, there is a 6 to 7 mile pathway that goes into the Everglades, and at the end is an observation tower. You do have the option of renting bikes or taking a tram ride out to the observation tower. If you're really industrious, you can walk all the way out there, but if you're gonna do that, definitely take lots of water, sunscreen, and bug spray. The tram ride is 2 hours. The bike ride, of course, you do on your own time, and you can, of course, bring your own bikes into the park if you'd like to do it that way. Good morning. How are you?
God bless you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Bye. Make sure to plan your drive time appropriately when you come to the Everglades. It is a huge park, like I said, 1.5 million acres, so getting around can take a little time. It took about an hour for me to drive from Homestead all the way down here to the southernmost point in the Everglades National Park. Just past the Flamingo Visitor Center, close to where the campground is here, where surprisingly you can just walk in and tent camp here if you'd like. And they really have nice facilities. There's also some canvas-sided tents that I believe you can probably rent through a reservation system, and of course RV camping as well. All this is down here, as I said, at the southernmost point of the Everglades National Park, south of Homestead. It's been a beautiful drive in. It is about a 40-minute drive from the beginning of the park to get all the way down here. And I decided to come all the way in, and then I'm going to work my way out and stop along the way at the various different outcroppings and trails and see what I see. So far I've seen some really cool birds, and I'm just excited to see what else I can find. So this one is one that should not be a surprise to you because almost everyone tells you to do it, but it seems like a lot of people don't listen to everybody else, and that is to bring your bug spray. I literally just did a little 5-minute, ooh, I don't know if you hear him. I have brought in some mosquitoes inside the car with me. Oh, here he is. Oh, there's multiples. Holy moly. Okay, you guys, it's time to put some it's time to put some bug spray on. Oh, yuck. It is no joke about the mosquitoes here, no matter what time of year it is. They are way worse in the summertime, but they're pretty bad right now in February. And I am really glad I brought my mosquito wipes with me. I have covered myself from head to toe. The visitor center guy said that the mosquito repellent is the #1 thing that they sell out of because people just don't listen about bringing bug spray. So don't come here without your bug spray. This really cool mid-century building behind me is the original visitor center for the Flamingo part of the Everglades National Park. It was built in the 1950s, but unfortunately, due to recent hurricanes like 2017's Irma, it has suffered a lot of damage. Currently, it is being renovated and remodeled, and they are hoping to be able to open it for the 75th anniversary of the park in 2023. So fingers crossed they can get that done. In the meantime, there is a small little visitor center that you can go to get all of the information about what's going on at the park today, guided tours. They have a guided kayak tour that sounds really cool, and all of the other wonderful things that the national park provides. If you are looking to see manatees, crocodiles, and osprey up close, you will want to head on down to the Flamingo Marina. This is where they all hang out. I did get to see a few of the manatees this morning. The osprey is in a nest. They have 3 chicks that are in there, and that is really cool. The crocodile haven't really been able to see yet, but I'm gonna go back over there in a minute and see if there's something over there. Also, the marina is where you can rent kayaks or go on kayak tours, and they have food available there, which is kind of limited in the rest of the park, but it's more like a more like a convenience store pickup kind of food. I believe that they also have a food truck over there, which I might go check out because I'm getting a little hungry. There is a food truck located down here at the marina, but it's a little challenging to find. It's very much tucked in behind the dumpsters and the fuel station, and there's a lot going on with some construction down here. So you definitely want to look for it. You do need to order inside at the marina store, and then you'll pick your stuff up at the food truck when they call your name. guys, I am out on the snake bite, and it's called BIGHT bite trail in the Everglades. Thought it was going to be a short one. It's actually 1.8 miles to the viewpoint. So I'm booking it because I've already spent more time than I thought I was going to spend here. This seems to be an ongoing theme or trend with me. So anyway, we're going to go down here. I'm hoping to see some spoonbill birds and flamingos. So fingers crossed, there's lots to see down there.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
You guys, and try not to trip while I am talking to you on this trail. I just passed a couple that had like a mosquito net poncho on over their shirts and like upper parts of their pants, which, well, that was a little lizard. They keep scattering around. And yeah, that's a great idea for the mosquitoes. So I'm gonna see if I can find one and link it below for you. And if I find another person that has one on, I'll try to get a little video of it too. So the trees you see behind me are bald cypress. They're not dead. I have thought this whole time driving through the Everglades that all these trees were dead and they'd been killed by some disease or something. But they're actually dormant during the winter time. They drop their needles, and the needles are acidic and they make the limestone disappear, and it makes more water for the trees to drink during the dry season. It is fascinating, but that is why if you come in the wintertime, all these trees look like they're dead. The high season for visiting the Everglades is November through April, but the best time to visit the Everglades is January through March. This area is huge for migrating and breeding for a lot of varieties of birds that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Plus, the crocodiles and alligators tend to be a little more dormant in the wintertime when it's colder, or cooler anyway. We were told that the alligators only really like it when it gets over 90 degrees. The winter is considered the dry season here, which is why so many species come and do their migration and breeding here. But as you can see behind me, dry doesn't really mean not wet. So be prepared that it could be a little muddy and you might get a little wet when you're doing your hikes or walks around. I am on the Anhinga Trail over here at the Royal Palms Visitor Center, and this is supposed to be one of the best trails in this park. It runs along a freshwater slough. It's both paved and boardwalk, so I'm super excited to see what we see here.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. Always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear.
stretches all along the slough that runs along the trail into this hammock trail where you're inside all of these beautiful hardwood trees and forest area, and they're right next to each other. It's like two completely different ecosystems that you get to travel in one little area. It's pretty amazing. You guys, this water behind me is actually a hole. They call it a solution hole, and it's formed because the acid from the trees, where the leaves fall from the trees and the needles fall from the cypress, they eat through the limestone in the ground, and then it makes a hole that collects rainwater, and that's what these trees live off during the winter. It's also what the animals and the gators live off in the wintertime. Ask you, which one is the fig? Is it the roots that are coming down off of that's the fig tree? Okay. My lesson's it's like, oh look, it's a fig tree, but it's not like fig trees we have. This huge tree behind me that it's kind of hard to see with me like here, that one right there, is it's covered with other living things besides just the tree itself. It's got ferns, and it's got air plants and vines and all sorts of stuff growing on it. It's like its own little ecosystem up there. And yeah, I'll throw some B-roll in here so you can actually see what's up there. But wow, it's just incredible. If you are limited on time, I would skip the Ernest Coe Visitor Center outside the gate. Come directly here to the Palms Visitor Center, do this Ahinga Trail and the Gumbo Limbo Trail, then finish up here and head on down to the Flamingo Marina. Those two places are going to give you the most wow for the time that you're here. Now, if you're going to be here longer and you can bring your bicycle and a canoe or kayak, I would highly recommend doing that because there are tons of water trails that you can kayak and canoe on, and lots of little trails that you can go off-road on your bike on. I didn't feel quite brave enough to pull out my inflatable paddleboard to try those trails today. Something that I saw in another video about the Everglades was warning people to be careful about the vultures in the parking lots, and that they do provide tarps here at the parking lots to cover your car with if the vultures are out and about. Luckily today I haven't really seen any sign of the vultures around, although I just got back to my car and there's like some muddy footprints on the top of my car, so who knows. They maybe could have landed, but it doesn't appear that any of my plastic has been eaten away. But something to know, I did bring a tarp with me because I saw that in the other video, so I'm warning you guys, you might want to bring a tarp and some bungee cords with you when you come to the Everglades.
Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known you would go and find your own way.
If you're looking for more ideas on what to do or what you should know when visiting southern Florida, check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.